Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. Today I'm going to be giving you a budget Snake Eyes deck profile. This is something I've been working on for a little bit, and I've been waiting for the prices to drop, and I finally got this down to a price where I am pretty happy with, and the deck still works fundamentally as a Snake Eye deck. So if you wanted to play Snake Eye and you wanted to get the feel of playing Snake Eye, I think that this is a great budget version for you, who may not be able to afford Bonfires, Wanted, and Dia Bellstar, while still getting the feeling of playing the Snake Eye engine and moving around the pieces like Ash, Oak, Flameburgs, Populous, the Field Spell, all of these types of cards, and still end on very powerful boards. Obviously, I need to say as a disclaimer, because everyone says this on every budget video, the budget version is not as competitively good as the full powered version. That should be obvious. If it was, it would be just as expensive as the full power version. So please do not have to say that. That's just something that you should know. But this deck still fundamentally works. It can still compete. It is definitely still a solid deck. Now, without further ado, if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Leave any suggestions down below for any future people watching this. But let's go ahead and jump right into the profile and stick around to the end for a one card combo. Okay guys, so here is the deck list. We are going to do the card by card, and then I'm going to give a little explanations for a couple things, and then after that we will jump into the one card combo. So we play 3 copies of Wakaushi, 3 Snake Eye Ash, 3 Motorbike, and 3 Wagon. Wagon, I suppose. These cards are pretty much the starters of the deck. We have 12 very nice hard starters in the deck that work extremely good as what they are, right? We have 2 starters that are non-normal summons, and then you have 2 starters that are normal summons. So it works out together very nicely. And then we are also jam-packed with non-engine, which I really, really enjoy, where we have 3 copies of Mourner, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, and I also have 3 copies of Saravis in here. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. For the rest of the non-engine pieces that are required for the deck, we have 1 Big Benki, 1 Solgaia booster, 1 of the Divine Temple, 1 original, 2 Flameburgs, 2 Poplar, 1 Oak, and 1 Jet Synchron. And then for the extra deck, 1 Apo, 1 Zelantis, 1 Amble Whale, 1 Heat Soul, 1 Princess, 1 IP, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, Hita, Dark, Heat Soul, Linkuriboh, Baron, Formula, Infernal Flame Banshee, and Assemble Blue Robin. Obviously, all these cards are very strong, but we cannot play things like Access Code, Bonfire, other very expensive cards. There's so many. SP Little Knight, Diabell, Wanted. There's so many cards in here that could be in here, but they are not because of those price restrictions, and you have to make some adjustments because of that. So that's why you don't see things like Borrowed Savage in the extra deck. That is because we do not have Diabellstar in the main deck, and that's normally how you would make that. As alternative options for this deck, also you can play the Therion package in here because of the super heavies, where you are able to get access to Regulus and go into Merrymaker and Sargus. And then you could also use these to go into something like Zeus as well. So just something to keep in mind, because all of those cards are pretty cheap right now, with Sargus being about $6 right now and Zeus being about $10 for the cheapest copy. Oh, that reminds me, before I talk about this a little bit, the price of this deck should be around a little over $200. Total for everything. So I think that came out very reasonably for a pure Snake Eye deck, which I really, really liked. Going into it, obviously we are playing the super heavy engine in here because this is the best way to go without normal summoning and still get into something like Infernal Flame Banshee. This card has a lot of good utility, being able to search or send any pyro from the deck to the graveyard. So without normal summon, being able to search Snake Eye Ash, this lets Motorbike and Prodigy be able to kind of work as a Diabellstar engine, right? Like it still gets you to Ash without normal summon. Obviously, for the Diabell one, you don't have to normal summon the Ash. You can summon it with original, and with this one, you can get to it without original, but you have to use your normal summon. So there was pros and cons to both. The thing in here that I really liked the most was the non-engine. Being able to fit so many non-engine slots felt really good with still having this many starters. Being able to fit 3 Mourner, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler in this format is very strong, as everybody knows with the 2 YCSs that we just had previously and the Ultimate Duelist series. Now, Saravis is a card that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. I actually got this idea from a Raid Raptor video I saw, believe it or not. Also, not being a part of Voiceless Voice deck profiles right now. I know this is also played in there, but we can actually use this and expand it into different things. Obviously, in this current format, things like Effective Veiler, Impermanence, Promethean Princess, SP Little Knight, all these things are played to the maximum. Even Mourner is picking up play now. So having a card like Saravis to be able to protect your plays from cards like that are very, very strong. Obviously, we can't play things like Cross Out because we are playing the super heavy Samurai engine, so we can't protect and insulate our plays through that way. But using Saravis to negate from the hand that it's not once per turn if you draw multiples is very, very good to be able to play through a lot of things. So I'm really enjoying this card right now, and I'm using it in actually a couple different decks, but for this one, It fits the bill perfectly as being able to push through a lot of different hand traps and boards to get your combos going. Everything else in here is pretty standard, I would say. Obviously, the only spells we are playing is Divine Temple and Original, and the nice thing about these cards is this is obviously a field spell, so it's not going to go to the graveyard most of the time. And Original, when it is in the graveyard, you can just banish it for its own effect, and then you can search a level 1 fire, and then you're still fine regardless, because obviously it's not there anymore, so your Super Heavy Samurais work and are turned back on. The extra deck obviously had to be changed because we are missing certain pieces, but we are still able to do the full Snake Eye combos that we need to do and still end on those crazy boards. Obviously, your IP cannot go into a SP Little Knight because it is so budget, but if you, of course, have it, play it. But it is mostly for going into Appaloosa in this build. So we had to make some adjustments to other things. Also with the Robin, this is a card that not a lot of people play right now, but when you do your combo with Ash, with the having Ash being searched by the Banshee, you actually have an extra body on your field where you can make a 2 level 1s extra and make Robin on top of the Flamberge and the Formula and the IP in the back row. So you get a lot of interruptions through that, which I really, really like. Heat Soul is in here because you have so much non-engine. Of course, you can draw so many cards and get ahead very, very quickly. Ambo Whale is here to link off the Princess. Obviously, Princess is broken. The Charmer is still very strong. I already explained Savage. Baron and Formula, of course, are absurd, being in tandem with Flamberg's Dragon. Yeah, that is pretty much it for everything. Everything in here, again, is pretty budget and was around $200, give or take maybe like $10 on the top or bottom side. But overall, this deck performs very well, and I really like it. And let me go ahead and show you the 1-card combo, because I think that this is something that should be at least known about for most players who want to at least try Snake Eyes and at least get the feeling of it. Okay, guys, so obviously the combo is going to start with Wakaushi. This could just be Motorbike too. They both work, but this is going to be starting with Wakaushi. So we're going to activate the Wakaushi, use the effect to summon it, and bring out the Big Benki. Next, we can use Big Benki to search Soul Gaia Booster to our hand. Then we can use Gaia Booster's effect in our hand to equip and then summon itself and overlay the two into the Infernal Flame Banshee. This is the card that bridges them together very nicely, of course, being able to detach and search Snake Eye Ash. If you have SP Little Knight, I highly recommend playing it because banishing this card from your own graveyard on SP Little Knight turn 1 is very strong because it comes back as a free body. Obviously from here, you're going to normal summon Snake Eye Ash, use the effect, and we are going to search Snake Eye Poplar and use Poplar to summon itself, and then that is going to search the original Sinful Snow Snake Eyes. We can link off the Poplar to go into Linkuriboh, use Poplar effect to put itself in the spell or trap card zone, then use Snake Eye Ash, sending itself and Poplar to be able to summon Snake Eye Oak. From here, we're able to use Oak to bring back Ash, and then we are able to use Oak, sending itself and Linkuriboh to bring out our Flamberg's Dragon. From here, you're able to link off the Banshee and the Dragon to go into the IP Masquerena, and this is where that extra body comes up because you're able to use this in tandem with this and keep this level 1 body here. So now Flamberg's Dragon is going to activate to be able to bring back the Poplar and the Oak. We can now link off the Poplar and the IP to go into Princess. We can use Princess to bring back out the Flamberg's Dragon, use the Flamberg's Dragon to put the IP in the spell or trap zone. We can use the original Sinful Spoils, send away the Princess to bring out Formula Synchron, or I'm sorry, Jet Synchron, and then we can synchro the Jet and the Oak to go into our Formula Synchron. This allows us to draw a card. Then we can use Jet Synchron to discard any card. Of course, if you had Cerebus, you probably wouldn't want to discard it, or you want to discard maybe some other Dead Samurai card or a different starter, but we're going to discard it for this just to show that it's free. And then we can overlay the Jet Synchron and the, the Snake Eye Ash for Assemble Brew Robin. So this is going to be your M board. Obviously, this is very nice because the thing I like about this is that it plays around Super Poly extremely well and it makes your opponent commit into things they probably don't want to commit to. And when it is Super Polyable, it's pretty late in the board, and it's probably too late because they probably lost too much advantage. But sometime on your opponent's turn, you are able to activate the Flamberg's Dragon, and then you're able to activate Formula, then chain Flamberg's to bring out the IP. So you can use this and then synchro these off to summon out Baron. And then the Flambergs will trigger to bring back Popular and Oak. Or if you have Ash on the field, you can also leave Ash if you want to search instead for follow-up. It is completely up to you. But you can use Popular to search a Snake Eye spell or trap. So you can grab the field spell here if you'd like. And then you have the Baron negate, and then you can use the IP Masquerena to synchro all three into a Appaloosa as well. Yeah, so that is going to be it for the combo. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is something that's a little different, and I really like that this is budget and it's around $200 because obviously the Snake Eye deck was pushing over $1,000 at one point. So being able to play a deck that still has that same good Snake Eye feeling that a lot of people want to experience at least, I think is pretty solid. So let me know what you guys think down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave me suggestions so that future people can also see if they want to try different things with this deck. I'm always open to that, and I try to reply when I can. So again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.